Colorado football is going to do absolutely special things in 2023. But something else just happened that you may not have been expecting. But we're going to break down how huge it is for you, how much hype it builds, and what the major impacts are going to be for Colorado football. Let's not bury this. We're not going to make you wait 5 minutes to hear it. We'll jump right into it. The first 3 games of Colorado's season are going to be on national television. Now, you might know that. Don't click out of the video just yet. I promise you'll learn something today that you may not have known before. This is something that hasn't happened in over 30 years. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a moment. But let's jump into why this is so big for Coach Prime, Colorado, the city of Boulder, this university as a whole, and of course, things like recruiting, the portal, and others. Number one, this is big time for recruiting. On3 already has Colorado with a top 25 recruiting class. And just as a side note, they're going to have several studs that are visiting over the summer, expecting that top 25 class to increase dramatically. If you haven't already locked in and subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that so you don't miss any of that. They are literally working on setting up visits this week. You're going to hear about more and more of those in the coming days. Make sure that you're locked in and you don't miss any of that. Big picture, this is great for recruiting exposure. Kids want to play on TV. It's a dream of just about every kid in the countries, and it's one of the reasons they commit to certain schools. It is a huge deal for Colorado to now be a national brand. As crazy as that may sound, coming off of just one win, they are a national brand right now. Similar to other national brands. When somebody asks me who are the national brands in college football, immediately my mind goes to teams like Notre Dame, Michigan, teams that have had recent success like Alabama, Georgia. I think about my favorite football team, Florida State. When Coach Bowden and Coach Prime was playing for Coach Bowden, implemented the anyone, anytime, anywhere mentality. And they were able to build a national brand because of that. But kids want to be on TV. Not only will Colorado get the recruiting benefit of having recruits come in person, they'll also get the benefit of having kids all over the country getting to see them on TV. Not every parent can make it to every single home football game or away football game of their sons. Being able to sell to that parent, you will get to see your son on national television when he's playing for me is a card I know Coach Prime will absolutely play and one that he will absolutely cash in on when he is recruiting. This is not just big for recruiting, guys. It's big in a couple of other areas. Just before I get to that, I want to give some love to our friends over at thegramco.com. Now, again, don't click out. Gramco is the people that make these videos possible. They are phenomenal partners. They're a Delta 8 company based out of Florida. Make sure that you check them out. They've got sample packs that you can get for under $5 if you use the code PRIMETIME. That's all one word, PRIMETIME, for 20% off your order. The blue raspberry gummies are my absolute favorite. Make sure that you're checking them out. Vapes, pre-rolls, gummies, whatever you're looking for, thegramco.com. Primetime, all one word, at checkout. Now, this is also really big for the transfer portal, somewhere that Coach Prime absolutely excels. Here's my big takeaway on the transfer portal specifically. We all know that Coach Prime pulled in the best transfer class, headlined by, of course, Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and others. But kids who are transferring want a couple of things specifically. When a recruit comes out of high school, they might be looking for a list of 10 things. They want to play in a certain area. They want to be close to home. They want to play with their friends. They want to have opportunities for the league. They want an IL. But there's a much longer list. When we talk to transfers over and over again, what they tell us is that list narrows and shortens when they go to transfer. They understand that some of those frivolous things that they wanted when they were a high schooler are not as important because their time of playing is coming to an end. But what we hear from transfers over and over again when they are looking to transfer is they were looking for a better opportunity to get to the NFL. They were looking for more NIL opportunities, number 2. And number 3, they wanted more exposure. They wanted to be seen more. And But all three of those sort of play into each other. But let me tell you something. If a kid wants more exposure and he wants more scouts and GMs and NFL coaches' eyes on him, being on national TV often is not a bad way to do that. If a kid's looking to increase his NIL opportunities and wants to make more during his time in college, I think that being on TV more and having announcers call your name more often than maybe some of your counterparts is also a huge sell. Coach Prime doesn't need a lot of help in the transfer portal, but the continuous stream of ESPN or Fox putting his games on national television is only going to help that. Now, not only is this big in recruiting in the transfer portal, but this is huge for the Colorado Buffaloes in general. You guys saw the spring game. You saw that sellout in freezing cold temperatures. I think about fans of teams like the Packers who sit out there in the freezing cold, and it almost becomes part of the myth, part of the legend of what they do. But the hype is real, and people are willing to sacrifice to be part of this Coach Prime experience. I think about what season tickets are going to do this year. Not only season tickets, but also folks that travel to Boulder to see Coach Prime play. You think about the Las Vegas Raiders. There are Raiders fans out there, and there are certainly a lot of Colorado fans out there that have been diehards for years. And hats off to you folks who didn't just jump on this bandwagon recently like a lot of us did. But I think about folks like the people who travel out to Las Vegas. And what do they do when they're out there? Well, if it's a weekend, they want to go out to the game. They want to see what's going on in the NFL. Boulder is also a destination, and going skiing in Colorado and being part of that atmosphere is huge for people. And when they go there, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to go to Coach Prime and Colorado's games. Absolutely, they will. It's a destination. It's an attraction. Think about the Yankees playing in New York City. If you're on vacation in New York and the Yankees are playing, you go see them. Think about the Lakers in LA. If you're on vacation in Southern California and the Lakers are playing, you go see them. Also similar to those things, when you see those teams on the road, do you notice what you see when you see a Yankees team playing on the road or a Lakers team playing on the road? A lot of times you see just as many jerseys for the road team, the Yankees or the Lakers, as you do the home team. I'm not saying that happens every week with Colorado, but just wait until you see an away game that sounds more like a home game for Colorado this year. You'll be able to tell on TV if you're not there because they'll likely be on TV. This is also huge for the Boulder economy. It's big for the college in general. It's good for the entire athletic department. More focus on Colorado is going to help all of these different aspects, and we're really excited to see it. This is essentially the Coach Prime effect. This is what happens. It's going to pay massive dividends. We knew that big things were in store when Coach Prime took over, and we've been trying to sound the alarms, but folks are now starting to see it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you need to go ahead and click that button below because June and July, again, will be insane with recruiting updates. You do not want to miss them. We mentioned this earlier, but the last time this happened, it was actually my birth year. It was 1990. The last time that Colorado had their first 3 games nationally televised. You guys know what happened in that year of 1990? Well, besides me being born, the Colorado Buffaloes won the national championship. And now I'm not predicting what will happen this year or what won't happen this year, but we did do a video on Colorado's odds to win a national championship and how certain folks are buying in big time. If you want to see that video because you missed it, you can click right here to watch. Thank you guys, as always, for watching the prime time for college football.